I'm using the Red Heart with Love range, and today I'll show you in the colour Mango. And I'll be using a 6mm hook, and you'll also need your scissors and a yarn needle. So to start the pattern, we'll make a slip knot, and you can just leave only a small amount there because we'll be working that into the bottom of the sole. So just to save yarn, you don't need a long end there. And we're going to start at the sole with 6 chain stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then for round 1 we'll do 1 single crochet into the second chain from the hook. So 1, 2, to the single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and then we'll do a single crochet into each of the next 3 chain stitches. There's 1, and into the next chain a single crochet, then into the next chain 1 single crochet. Okay, so now we're up to the last chain stitch here, and with this last chain stitch we're going to do 5 single crochet stitches into that chain stitch. But for the first one is a little different. So insert your hook into that chain stitch and put the tail over the hook like that, and this is slightly fiddly. We do want to make that single crochet stitch over that tail just for this first single crochet stitch. Okay, so that's fine. So it's back there, you can leave that back there for now. And now we'll put 4 more single crochet stitches into this last chain stitch. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's our 5th single crochet into that last chain stitch. And you'll notice that we are now on the opposite side of the foundation chain, and we'll be working into these unused or free loops. That's what they're called. Now we will need to pull up this tail here because we'll be working over that as we go. So now we'll be doing 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 unused loops. So insert your hook into the next one, and you can see where it is because you can see where you've done your single crochet on this side, so you need to match it up on this side. So go into those unused loops, and here's our tail. We want to put that over the hook because we're doing our single crochet over it. So there's 1 single crochet into the first unused loop. Now we're going to do the same for the next unused loop and working over the tail. There's 2, and now we'll do our 3rd one here into the next unused loop, and over the tail do a single crochet. That's what it's looking like so far. And it's okay if that's a bit gappy, it will come together later on. So now into the last unused loop here, you can see it's the, you pull it out like that, you'll see two strands there, and see where that space is there, that's where you need to go into. And we're going to go in there and working over that yarn tail, and we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches. So there's our first one, and do a second single crochet stitch. And now leave that tail behind, you don't need it anymore. Now we're going to join with a slip stitch into this first single crochet stitch that we made. So under both of those loops of that first single crochet stitch, and then make a slip stitch, and that joins that round, and that's the end of round 1, and that's what it looks like. And you can cut your little tail off now. So for round 2, we'll start off with a chain 2, so 1, 2, and then we'll do 1 half double crochet into this same space as the chain 2. And if you pull it up like that, you can see the space there where that white is. So we want to do a half double crochet into the same space as that chain 2. And now we're going to do a half double crochet stitch into each of the next 3 stitches. So into the next stitch, do 1 half double crochet, into the next stitch, 1 half double crochet, into the next stitch, 1 half double crochet, okay, and now we're going to do 2 half double crochet stitches into each of the next 5 stitches. So into this next stitch, do your first half double crochet stitch, and into that same stitch do a second half double crochet. This is where we're increasing at the toe area here. So into this next stitch, do our first half double crochet, and into the same stitch do a second half double crochet. I'm just going to get more yarn. Now into the next stitch, we'll do 1 or our first half double crochet stitch, and into the same stitch a second half double crochet stitch. Now we're going to do the same in the next stitch. One half double crochet, and into the same stitch a second half double crochet, and then we're moving along to the next stitch and we're going to do the same. we do our first half double crochet into the same stitch, a second half double crochet. And now we're going to do one half double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. So into the next stitch we do one half double crochet, moving along to the next stitch, one half double crochet, moving along to the next stitch, one half double crochet. And now we've got 2 stitches left here. So into this next stitch we're going to do 2 half double crochet stitches. So here's our first half double crochet into that stitch, and then we're going to do a second one into that same stitch. Now into the next stitch we'll do the same. Here's our first half double crochet, and into the same stitch a second half double crochet stitch. And now we're going to do a slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. So you can count here, there's the first chain and there's the second chain. And we want to join in under both of those loops. And sometimes if you've done a chain too tight, they are fiddly to get into, and I always forget to do it loosely. You would think I would learn after all these years. So there you go. Slip into both of those loops of the chain 2, and we're going to make a slip stitch to join that round, and that's the end of round 2, and that's the end of making the sole. So that's done. So now we're going to work on the sides of the booty. So for round 3 we'll start off with a chain 1, and we'll be working into the back loops of each stitch, and the back loops are these loops here. Those are the front loops, those are the back loops. Okay, so we've chained 1, and now we're going to do 1 single crochet stitch into the same space as the chain 1, but only into the back loop. So if you can see that there, I'm just going into the back loop and making a single crochet stitch, and into the next stitch working into the back loop only. See, there's the front loop, there's the back loop, just doing a single crochet into each of the back loops. And that's all we do for this round. Single crochet into each back loop of each stitch right around. So I'll let you continue on doing that, and I'll see you around here to join. So I'm up towards the end of round 3 and I've just done my last single crochet stitch into the back loop of this last stitch here. Now, just a word of warning, a lot of people like to make an extra stitch into this join here, and this will make your booty wonky. Don't stitch into this join, it's just a join, and you'll be able to know that it's the join. See, there's the last stitch there, there's a join, there was the chain 1 at the start of the round, and that was our first single crochet stitch. So it's just a join, not a stitch to be stitched into. So at the end of this round we're going to do a slip stitch into this first single crochet stitch, join with a slip stitch, and that's the end of round 3. Okay, so it's starting to look like a little boat. Now we're up to round 4, and we'll start with a chain 1, and we're going to do one single crochet stitch into the same space as the chain 1, and it's right there. You can see where that white spot is there. And that's where we place our first single crochet stitch. And now for this round, what we're going to do is do one single crochet stitch into each stitch around, right around to the end. So it's very easy this round, and we're working under both loops of the stitches. Last round we just worked into the back loops, but now we're working under both the front and back loops of each stitch. So I'll let you continue on making your single crochet stitches into each stitch around, and I'll see you at the end of this round to join. I'm up towards the end of round 4, and I've just made my last single crochet stitch into the last stitch here, and there's our join. That was our chain 1, and here's our first single crochet stitch, and we're going to join into that single crochet stitch by making a slip stitch. And that's the end of round 4. So now we're up to making the top of the toe. So for round 5 we'll start off with a chain 1, and then we'll do a single crochet stitch into the same space as the chain 1 there, and then we'll do one single crochet into each of the next 4 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do a half double crochet 2 together over these 2 stitches. There's a half double crochet 2 together, and now we're going to do another one over these 2 stitches here. And there's our second half double crochet 2 together. Now we're going to double crochet 2 together over these 2 stitches. There's a double crochet 2 together, and now we're going to do another one of those over these 2 stitches. So there's our second double crochet 2 together. Now we're going to do a half double crochet 2 together over these 2 stitches. So there's a half double crochet 2 together, and we're going to do another one of those over those 2 stitches. A half double crochet 2 together. So now that we've done the toe part, we're going to do 1 single crochet stitch into each of the next 5 stitches. Now this first single crochet stitch here will need to be fairly tight because you're coming down from a higher stitch. So there's 1 single crochet. There's 2. 3. 4. 5, and that's our last stitch there. And now we can see that our join is there. That was our chain 1 at the start, and here's our first single crochet stitch here, and we're going to join in there with a slip stitch. And that's the end of round 5, and that's what it's looking like at the moment. Okay, so now we're up to the edging, and this is round 6, and this is the last round. So we'll chain 1, and then we'll do 1 single crochet into the same space as the chain 1 there. And then we'll chain 1, and we're going to skip 1 stitch and then do a single crochet stitch into the next stitch. And then chain 1, skip 1 stitch, single crochet stitch into the next stitch. And that's all we're going to be doing. So chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet into the next stitch. Chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet into the next stitch. Chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet into the next stitch. Chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet into the next stitch, and we're going to chain 1, and now we're going to do a slip stitch into the first single crochet stitch here. Make a slip stitch there, and that's the end. So we can cut our yarn and finish off, and then you just put your booty into shape. Now with your yarn needle, depending on what you're going to do with your booty, you can use that to make a bow at the back, or if you want to weave it in, then just weave it in down through the stitches here, and then that'll be the end of the booty pattern. And like I said, you can add in a cord or a ribbon or a button. It's totally up to you.